Raft, Rock, and the Gentle Giant. Mia and Stitch launch their small raft, eager for a simple voyage along the bright coast. They check their supplies, confident the calm sea will carry them to a quiet cove. With a final push, the raft drifts out, the harbor shrinking behind them like a postcard. The ocean glitters around them as gulls circle, and a steady breeze fills their patched sail. A sudden swell lifts the raft, revealing jagged rocks lurking just beneath the surface. The raft slams a hidden rock, wood screeches, and the mast tilts dangerously. Waves drive the damaged raft toward a lonely island ringed with black volcanic rock. They leap into the shallows, dragging the broken raft onto rough sand and driftwood. The shore is silent except for wind, and the distant call of unseen birds. Footprints huge and fresh dent the sand, leading from the surf into the dark green jungle. They gather scattered planks and rope, deciding to rebuild, but needing food and shelter first. A deep rustle and a low grunt roll from the trees, turning their plans into whispers. In a sunlit clearing stands a colossal gorilla, chest broad, eyes watchful but not cruel. He sniffs the air, then thumps a log once, a sound that echoes like a warning. Mia lowers her gaze and offers a fruit from the beach, palms open and steady. The gorilla turns and strides away, pausing to glance back, as if inviting them to follow. He leads them to a stream where fresh water glints, sweet relief after the briny surf. Nearby, wild bananas hang heavy. The gorilla nudges a trunk, dropping ripe clusters. Back on the beach, they choose a spot above the tide line to build a small shelter. The gorilla watches from the shade, inscrutable, as wind teases their makeshift roof. He rises, drags a heavy log closer, then leaves it within reach without a sound. As dusk falls, they spark a small fire, roasting bananas and drying soaked clothes. The gorilla sits beyond the glow, a dark shape listening to the crackle and surf. They sleep under a leaf roof, the island humming while embers pulse like quiet stars. Morning brings clear skies and a plan. Scout for straight timbers and lash the ribs. The gorilla returns with vines, dropping them like coils of strong rope by their feet. Together they lash a frame, logs aligning under practiced hands and massive strength. They harvest broad leaves for a sail, while parrots flash between bright fronds. Coconuts thud down as the gorilla shakes trunks, gifting water and fibers for rope. They twist husk fibers into long cords, the sun warming their busy hands. From a cliff they study the currents, tracing a safe path past the reef teeth. Below, the sea glitters with promise while wind fingers their new leaf sail. A shadow moves inland. The gorilla watches them, thoughtful as clouds drift by. They set the finished raft on rollers, checking lashings and sealing every seam. The gorilla grips the prow and heaves, guiding it toward the waiting waterline. For a heartbeat, he hesitates, knuckles brushing the wood as if reluctant to part. A gust tears a few knots loose. The raft shudders, threatening to come apart. The gorilla beats his chest once, then kneels, tightening vines with swift precision. Together, they set a stronger crossbeam, the raft settling into sturdy balance. They wade the raft into the shallows as foam hisses around their ankles. The gorilla lifts a final log aboard, a gift of ballast for the open water. He steps back, chest high, and lets out a low call that rolls across the bay. The raft catches the current, gliding along a calm channel beyond the jagged reef. They look back to the island, a green crown rising from black rock and surf. On the beach, the gorilla is small now, yet his presence feels immense. Sunset paints the waves copper as their new raft rides steady and true. They share the last sweet bananas and laugh at the salt in their hair. The island fades to a silhouette, a place of fear turned into unexpected kinship. Stars guide them home. Harbor lanterns blink like friendly fireflies ahead. They tie off and step ashore, legs wobbly but hearts steady as stone. Mia chalks a note on the pier post. "Thank you, island friend." On the island, moonlight silvers the surf as the gorilla sits by their old fire ring. He lifts a piece of driftwood, examines the knots, and sets it carefully aside. A distant gull cries. He answers with a soft rumble, neither lonely nor afraid. Days later, they trade stories for tools, promising to return with gifts of seed. They study a map, charting a route back toward the green crown they left behind. A child listens wide-eyed as Mia mentions a guardian with gentle hands. They set out again with seeds, rope, and stories, sails snapping with purpose. Wind fills their sail. The raft cuts a clean wake toward a promise ahead. Some journeys begin with wreckage, but the best continue with a gift.